Good morning everyone. Today we will be discussing animal diversity and the 10 major invertebrate phyla, focusing on the porifera and their unique characteristics of reproduction, nutrition, and canal system. Let's begin. Animals are one of the most diverse groups of organisms on the planet, with over 35 phyla. This immense variety is made up of multicellular eukaryotes that have evolved from protists over the past 600 million years. Many animals have the ability to move, feed, and sense their environment, making them highly successful organisms. Invertebrates are a key component of the animal kingdom, and they come in a wide range of shapes, sizes, and colors, each inhabiting their own distinct niche. Invertebrates can be divided into phyla based on their body plans, with each one displaying its own incredible level of complexity. This unit provides an overview of the different phyla of invertebrates and the wonderful diversity of life they encompass. Exploring the incredible diversity and complexity of the animal kingdom, Unit 3 delves into the 4 major invertebrate phyla: Mollusca, Annelida, Arthropoda, and Echinodermata. Examining their similarities and differences, as well as their respective adaptations, the unit serves to gain a better understanding of how these animals have been able to survive and thrive in their environments. Moreover, the interactions between individuals within a species and the emergent properties that arise from these interactions are also explored. Vertebrates form a small part of the animal kingdom, yet they are some of the most fruitful and various species known to humans. Animals with a backbone have developed to an immense number of habitats. From the hot deserts of the Sahara, to the icy poles, to the depths of the sea. Their bones give them the toughness and nimbleness to exploit food sources in all types of atmospheres. Animals with backbones have an evolutionary history that goes back for hundreds of millions of years, and their prosperity demonstrates their impressive capacity to adjust and endure. Animals without a backbone or spinal column are known as invertebrates. They are an incredibly diverse group, living in virtually every habitat on the planet. The 10 main phyla of invertebrates are porifera, sponges, cnidaria, jellyfish and corals, ctenophora, comb jellies, platyhelminths, flatworms, nematoda, roundworms, annelida, segmented worms, arthropoda, insects, arachnids and crustaceans, mollusca, mollusks, echinodermata, starfish and sea urchins, and hemichordata, the least studied phyla, small animals living in the sea which often burrow into sediment. Each of these phyla has its own specific characteristics which distinguish it from the others. Sponges belong to the phylum Porifera and are the most primitive and abundant members of the group. They lack any tissues or organs, and instead use specialized cells to capture and filter food from the water. Sponges have a voracious appetite for filter feeding, and can be as small as microscopic or as large as several meters in diameter. They also come in a variety of shapes and colors, and can even thrive in the deepest parts of the ocean. Animals have an extraordinary range of forms, from irregularly configured to precisely symmetrical. At the cellular level, primitive multicellular animals are typically immobile and lack specific organs. The body wall consists of 2 layers, the outer pinacoderms and the inner choanoderm, which are separated by a jelly-like matrix known as the mesoil. This permits them to ingest nutrients, detect their environment, and to some degree move. Even with their lack of specialization, these animals are the foundation of modern animal life. Invertebrates encompass a wide range of organisms. Porifera, also known as sponges, are one amongst many invertebrate phyla and are composed of mesohyl, a jelly-like cellular layer, and a network of channels lined with cells such as choanocytes. These cells function to filter and circulate water within the sponge, while spicules and pinacocytes construct its body. An ostium, or entrance, situated in its center leads to a central chamber called spongocoel, from which oscula, or pore openings, allow for the expelling of water, completing their water and nutrient exchange. Invertebrate phyla are incredibly diverse, having adapted to many environments. They gain nutrition holozoically, which involves directly ingesting the food. Their digestion is intracellular, taking place within the organism's cells. The waste products of these species can be carbon dioxide and water, based on the environment and species. For additional food storage, invertebrates often use the zoocytes, which are special cells located inside the organism. We are discussing animal diversity in the invertebrate phyla in this slide. Invertebrates do not have nerve and sensory cells, and rather, their body is supported by a skeleton comprised of calcareous or siliceous spicules, spongin fibers, or both. This feature is visible in various species, ranging from the simplest single-celled protists to the more complicated jellyfish and clam species. Gaining a deep understanding of the invertebrate biodiversity is paramount to have a complete understanding of the animal kingdom. Hermaphroditism or monoecious is an example of an organism carrying both male and female reproductive organs. Asexual reproduction is typically achieved through fragmentation, in which an organism is divided and regrows into complete organisms. Sexual reproduction is achieved through the formation of gametes. The Porifera phylum has three classes that differentiate themselves based on the type of skeleton they have. Calcarea hexactinellida thrive in shallow marine waters and can either live by themselves or form colonies. The Demaspongiae species live in deeper marine or freshwater parts of the ocean and can also live singularly or in groups. The last class of Porifera are the most complex and have a unique body structure. Invertebrates in the phylum Porifera give life to our oceans and lands. Three examples of this phylum are Cycon, Cypha, Leucoxylenia, and Grantia from the class Calcarea. Other species include Eupilctella, commonly referred to as the Venus's flower basket, Hyalonema, or glass rope sponge, Spongilla, a freshwater species, and Euspongia, a type of bath sponge, as well as Shalina, also known as the dead man's fingers. These organisms are divided into three classes: Hexactinellida, Demaspongiae, and Calcarea. Porifera is a type of animal found in diverse environments. The term was coined by Robert Grant, though Louis Pasteur, Robert Hooke, and Edward Jenner were all options. This overview highlights the extensive variety and intricacy of animal life. Sponges exist in a variety of shapes and sizes and inhabit several aquatic environments. Holozoic nutrition is the form of nourishment they typically take in and involves the absorption of food particles via their body's filtration of water. Such particles range from bacteria, fungi, protists, and organic detritus. The digestion of these particles is supported by choanocytes, specialized cells which help capture and process the food. Demaspongiae is the first class of invertebrate animals to be discussed in this slide. This class includes species such as Hyalonema, Grantia, Cycon, and Euspongia. These species can be found in both marine and freshwater habitats and are filter feeders. A soft skeleton composed of siliceous spicules is present in Demaspongiae, as well as numerous chambers connected by channels. In terms of color, these animals can be found in a variety of shades such as bright red, orange, yellow, and purple. Cnidaria, also referred to as Coelenterata, is a phylum of animals with presence in oceans, seas, and freshwaters around the world. It is comprised of a range of species from corals and anemones to jellyfish and hydra. The majority of them are predatory animals, equipped with specialized stinging cells for seizing prey. Cnidarians present high diversity and complexity among invertebrates, with a huge range of sizes, shapes, and colors. We will move on to the third unit of our presentation, which is animal diversity. Invertebrate Phyla. We will concentrate on the phylum of Cnidaria and its body plan. Cnidaria has one of the most uncomplicated body plans among animals, having two tissue layers and radial symmetry when seen from the top. Moreover, it is the only group of animals owning cnidocytes, a type of poisonous cell found in jellyfish and other species. This creature belongs to the phylum Cnidaria, also known as Coelenterata. It is a water-dwelling organism, commonly found in the sea, and can be either solitary or can form colonies. It can either remain stationary or swim freely. Cnidarians are distinguished by their radially symmetrical body, while certain species such as sea anemones are bilaterally symmetrical. Their uniqueness makes Cnidaria an integral part of the animal kingdom. Cnidaria is a highly diverse group of animals, ranging from simple sea anemones to the visually striking jellyfish. Connecting them is the presence of cnidoblasts, specialized cells employed for defense, holding fast and trapping prey. Containing multiple toxins, these cells may fire their contents with exceptional velocity when activated. Commonly located on tentacles in the body of Cnidaria, cnidoblasts can help the animal both attack its prey and ward off predators. Cnidarians are the first metazoans to have a tissue-level organization. They are diploblastic, with a body column, petal disc, tentacles, a gastrovascular cavity or coelenteron, gastrodermis, mesoglia, and epidermis, hence why they are called Coelenterata. The gastrovascular cavity allows them to digest their food and absorb nutrients efficiently. Exploring the world of invertebrates and their unique adaptations for survival, this unit will delve into the incredible diversity of animal life on our planet. We will be looking at 6 major phyla of invertebrates distinguished by the presence of a coelenteron, a single opening that serves as both a mouth and an anus, which both digests food and circulates bodily fluids. Animals use digestion to access the energy and nutrients from their food. In several invertebrate phyla, digestion occurs both inside and outside the cells. The coelenteron serves as an external digestive cavity, and the nutritive muscular cells located in the endoderm are found inside the cells. Invertebrate phyla possess a rudimentary nervous system, made up of a diffused nerve net formed from non-polarized nerve cells. Of note, Medusoid species contain statocysts, specialized sensory structures that enable them to recognize different stimuli. Cnidarians are a group of invertebrates found in aquatic environments. Some of them have an interesting feature, a calcium carbonate exoskeleton. This is particularly true for coral-forming cnidarians, which make them perfectly suited to form reefs around the world. Cnidaria is a phylum that consists of aquatic invertebrates that have two distinct body forms, the medusa and the polyp. Examples of medusas include Aurelia jellyfish, and polyps include the hydra and adamsia. Found within cnidaria is the unique process of metagenesis, which allows them to alternate between the medusa and polyp forms to exist. Metagenesis is a life cycle that is encountered by many invertebrate phyla, in which asexual reproduction of medusae from polypoid forms and sexual reproduction of polypoids from medusae occurs. An instance of this is the Obelia, which produces polyps and medusae to create new generations. This kind of variety allows diverse species to reproduce and endure. Reproduction in invertebrate animals is diverse, ranging from asexual to sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction may involve an organism dividing into two or more identical offspring, while sexual reproduction involves the combination of two gametes to form an egg. This egg may develop without the need for larval presence or require the presence of a planula to progress into adulthood. Regardless of the reproductive method used, all invertebrate species must go through a development stage to reach maturity. Cnidaria is a phylum which is home to three different classes: Hydrazoa, Scyphozoa, and Anthozoa. Hydrazoa is made up of colonies of individual cells. This can be either mobile or sessile. The body form of Hydrazoa can range from erect, colony-based, or even gelatinous. Scyphozoa has a bell-shaped appearance, and possess cnidocytes, which are locations for the discharge of nematocyst. Lastly, Anthozoa has a body form which is embedded in the seafloor, and have both an ectoderm and endoderm which line the body cavity. Hydrazoa are an intriguing collection of water-dwelling invertebrates that vary from individual species like Hydra to clustered organisms like Obelia. These invertebrates have polypoid physiques, and some possess the capacity to swim. Their unique presence is awe-inspiring, giving remarkable understanding into the incredible assortment of fauna in the kingdom of animals. Polyps are aquatic organisms, typically cylinder-shaped and sessile. They are part of the invertebrate phyla. Medusoid forms, on the other hand, are jellyfish-like creatures that are free-swimming and have numerous tentacles surrounding a central mouth. An intriguing cycle of life consists of polyps and medusoid forms alternating with each other. Mesoglia is a vital part of the coelenteron, consisting of a jelly-like substance and forming the middle layer. Cnidocytes, located in the ectoderm, possess the ability to fire off nematocysts with a barb-like structure used for predation and defense. This combination of features produces a unique body plan which is widely seen among the invertebrate phyla. We will be exploring the fascinating world of invertebrate phyla. Many of these animals possess germ cells derived from the ectoderm, and some display a unique polymorphism with different types of zooids, such as Physalia. Get ready to discover the amazing diversity of invertebrate phyla and the secrets of their evolution. This slide showcases three different invertebrate phyla: Hydra, Obelia, and Physalia. Coming from various habitats, such as freshwater, seawater, and even the coast, each of these organisms is composed of a colony of small individuals called zooids. Zooids work together, thus allowing these invertebrates to display their distinct characteristics. This slide gives us an insight into the tremendous diversity of the animal kingdom and its stunning complexity and beauty. Physalia is an extraordinary and one-of-a-kind living being, otherwise called the Portuguese man of war, or man-o'-war. It has different extended tentacles, which contain toxic, stinging cells, that can be damaging to different life forms. This earned it the name of a groundbreaking battleboat with guns and different weapons utilized by the Portuguese naval force. Find out additional about Physalia and its intriguing highlights with this slide. Jellyfishes may appear to be simple organisms, however they are actually far more complex than one may assume. They possess 4 oral arms that are located around the mouth, and the coelenteron is divided into 4 chambers, as well as containing additional canals. These invertebrates belong to an incredible diverse phyla. Aside from that, they are quite remarkable creatures, with a jelly-like mesoglia and both solitary and medusoid forms. As exemplified, there is still much to learn about jellyfishes. Mesoglia is the jelly-like substance that contains amoebocytes, while cnidocytes are found in both ectoderm and endoderm. Germ cells are derived from the endoderm, and these components form the foundation for the zooid sac, oral zone and marginal tentacles. The animal world is a mesmerizing display of diversity and complexity, and the invertebrate phyla of Unit 3 demonstrate this perfectly. Rhizostoma is a beautiful jellyfish species surrounded in mystery, and Aurelia, or the moon jelly, is another type equally remarkable. Their graceful, pulsating movements and vibrant colors leave us in awe. Let us take a moment to appreciate the wonders of the animal kingdom. Sea anemones are an incredible creature found in shallow waters, taking the form of a polypoid. A coelenteron is divided into several compartments by vertical septa known as mesenteries, and a mesoglia made up of connective tissue. Cnidocytes, found in both the ectoderm and endoderm, make these animals so special, as they contain the organism's germ cells originating from the endoderm. Sea anemones are part of the Anthozoa or Actinozoa subphylum, and their beauty makes them a must-see for any diver. Animals come in an immense variety of shapes and sizes and can be found in nearly every environment on Earth. Adamsia, a type of sea anemone, and Corallium rubrum, our precious redstone coral, are 2 examples of invertebrate phyla which are among some of the most diverse in the animal kingdom. Both are incredibly fascinating organisms that serve important roles in the underwater ecosystems where they live, and provide a wealth of scientific information to researchers about the living world. Gorgonias are a type of soft coral found in tropical and subtropical waters around the world. Their intricate and delicate structure is a masterpiece of nature's design. Sea pens are closely related to sea anemones, and have a feathery, plant-like appearance, with a single long, cylindrical body made of many smaller ones. Both of these creatures are fascinating examples of invertebrate diversity. Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa, and Anthozoa are the 3 main groups of invertebrate phyla, commonly referred to as hydras, jellyfish, and sea anemones respectively. Although their appearances may vary significantly, they all share the characteristic of being solitary animals and have no direct familial relationship between one another. Invertebrates classified as animals include the phyla of Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa, and Anthozoa. These phyla each have a unique life cycle consisting of a sedentary, asexual, polypoid form and a free-swimming sexual medusoid form, exemplified by the Obelia species. A non-cellular mesoglia, made up of jelly-like connective tissue, is shared by all 3 phyla. Its form is determined by whether the organism is sedentary or free-swimming. These phyla are a key component of the animal kingdom, contributing significantly to our planet's biological diversity. Invertebrates of the Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa and Anthozoa phyla illustrate a captivating assortment of forms. Each has a distinct anatomy, with the coelenteron either being undivided or carved into 4 chambers, and some canals are partitioned into different parts by vertical septa called mesenteries. All 3 phyla are endowed with cnidoblasts, but they are in varying locations, merely in the ectoderm in some, in both ectoderm and endoderm in some, and in the 3 layers in others. We are just beginning to comprehend the tremendous intricacy of these organisms. Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa and Anthozoa are 3 unique classes of invertebrates which make up a large part of the animal kingdom. These animals vary greatly in terms of shape and what they do. Examples include the polyp-like hydra, Obelia or Physalia, and the remarkable Aurelia or Rhizostoma. When it comes to origination of their germs, some come from the ectoderm, some from the endoderm, and some display polymorphism in their zooids. Invertebrate phyla are an interesting area of the natural world, and further study of their structure and function could give us insight into the continuously changing life forms of our planet. Animals possess an abundance of shapes and sizes, and this diversity is organized into groups known as phyla. The majority of the animal kingdom is made up of invertebrates, which are divided into 35 phyla. The range of invertebrate phyla extend from simple organisms like sponges to more complicated creatures such as insects and mollusks. Cnidoblasts, chaonocytes, nerve cells, and statocysts are the cells used by invertebrates to detect their environment, move, capture prey, and even defend against predators. Consequently, being familiar with these cell types is an indispensable aspect of comprehending the animal kingdom. Invertebrates are an impressive life form, representing more than 85% of known species. Polyps, identified by their tentacles in a body wall of 2 cell layers, are especially successful. These creatures can adapt to fluctuations in their environment by altering their body and hormones, allowing them to thrive. Additionally, polyps boast a wide range of habitats, which other animals may take advantage of. Examples of polyps include Hydra, Rhizostoma, Adamsia, and Aurelia.